Welcome back. Parliament resumes this week after the winter break, and there's plenty on the agenda. Here to discuss some of what is and what I'm sure will be making news is LNP Senator Gerard Rennick. Senator, great to have you back on the show. There's been a huge report by my Sky colleague Sharry Markson in the Weekend Australian yesterday, claims that Anthony Fauci, the US infectious disease advisor who rose to fame during the COVID pandemic, deliberately downplayed suspicions from scientists that COVID-19 came from a lab, and this was to protect his reputation and deflect from risky research his agency had funded. You've been into this for a long time. Tell me, what were your thoughts when you read this on the weekend?
Well, good evening, Cory, and I was glad to read that it was finally reported in the Australian, because I think there hasn't been enough attention focused on the role that Anthony Fauci has played and the funding that's been given to gain-of-function research, whether it was in the United States or in China. And the question that needs to be asked is why did so many esteemed researchers try and cover up the fact that the COVID could have been a gain-of-function leak from the laboratory rather than a natural outbreak? And I know I've asked Mike Burgess from ASIO and Estimates questions about this and whether or not they would investigate it, and they are not interested in investigating it, and I think that is of genuine concern. Matt Canavan, my Senate colleague, did a Freedom of Information last year where it was revealed that 17 universities in Australia are actually doing gain-of-function research, and I think that we have a right to know the people, which universities are doing that gain-of-function research, and is there a risk that there could be a similar outbreak here in Australia if proper protocols aren't being taken place.
Well, that's a very good point. I mean, the reason these experiments were being done in Wuhan and funded by America through the Eco Health Alliance was because they were deemed too dangerous to do in America. So why would we be doing them here? I hope you get some answers to that in the weeks ahead in Parliament.
Authorised G. Rennick, LNP Chermside.